So what are you feeling? I don't know. I mean, I feel excitement. I feel purpose. You know, I think anyone else would feel the same. Yeah, you know, the goal was, you know, when this whole war kicked off, it was, you know, how to contribute more, how to make a difference when you see something so horrific happen to so many women, children, the whole country. You know, that really just continued to build as the war continued. So the next step obviously was getting inside Ukraine, doing some work with kids, doing work with food, doing work with the displaced, and you know, making an impact is always enjoyable. Yeah, hey, look at the whole deal was, you know, I'm Polish, you know what I mean? When I saw what was happening in Ukraine when the war started, I was immediately heading over to the border, helping refugees. You know, last trip was able to bring seeds, 60 pounds of seeds over to a village that ended up feeding that village for the entire spring and summer. You know, so that was pretty cool. But you know, this time around, it's a very unique situation. There's a children's hospital in a town called Stri. And the children's hospital that I visited last year could be in better shape. So looking to redo the kitchen, and what we found is we can raise some money here in the States to redo that kitchen and make life a little bit easier for someone else. Yeah, look, it's a war, and anywhere you go is fair game. And there's you know, the missiles certainly hit Kyiv, as you see in the news lately. And they do make it as far as Lviv. I mean, there's no place that is safe during war. So I just think it's using your best judgment, making sure you have an accommodations with a bomb shelter. It's making sure you just follow the protocol. Listen, if the sirens go off, take shelter, right? Like everyone's in the same position, in the same boat. But just stick to the protocol, and you know, you lessen your risk of something even, you know, horrific happening. But yeah, dude, it's war. I mean, the simplest part is, you know what? There's work that needs to be done, right? I mean, there's work that needs to be done. There's many people in a lot more difficult situation than us here. You know, if you need something right now, I can walk across to Dave's. I can go over to Walmart. I mean, I can find a good, or I can find a service. I think the biggest thing is, like, you just know you need to do something, and the closer you get to that time is, you know that it's about to get done. This time is, you know the terrain, you understand the depth of the problem, and I think you're fueling this idea of life will be better. Right? Before it was almost like triage, you know, solving frontline problems, just people who are hungry, people who need to eat, and you know, and as wars go on, it's just continuing to encourage those that are going through a tough time, and knowing that something's going to happen, but they don't know how long. But today, you know, I hope it's better. Yoven is a great chef, and he's a great man. He understands that food is worth more than just nourishment and nutrition, right? He was very crucial to Ukraine finding its own identity in this time of Russia, or you know, other overarching countries, right? So he opened up a restaurant that is 100% Ukraine product, saying that, hey, we have our own cuisine, we have our own product. He made a very strong stance. We are Ukraine.
And I need just the sauce based on the milk. And you know, for people it's okay. So we will have 150 portions, and we have to mix some salad, and we have because it's a different. We're not using so much. That's why we can have that.
I worked under him.
Oh.
I worked with Charlie. Then I worked in France. I worked in the Michelin 3-star.
Very good.
Yoven is also a smart man. You know, he knows how to utilize food and leverage culture, and he went to advocate that borscht become Ukraine's dish. And obviously people know, you think borscht, you think Russia. So he petitioned the United Nations years ago, and he got that really, I don't know how you say it, qualified as the dish of Ukraine, borscht. It didn't make too many people happy in Russia. Yeah, I mean, food is power in a lot of different ways. The power of food, it really extends itself into that taste, that flavor that you maybe have not experienced ever, right? You know, saw a lot of that in Africa. Some of it's like there's a lack of this ingredient in a country because of the conflict, and having that memory of that taste or that place of a birthday or a celebration is also, it's also soothing and calming. In the form of education, cooking with kids, this is something that I'll do frequently in different places. But these kids, man, these kids are just trying to be kids, and having all this external, conflict around them. It's just nice to be a kid, and food really provides that environment of saying, hey, we are just cooking together. We're just using our hands and our instincts, and it's moving at such a pace and a clip that you don't have time to think about all the extracurricular issues going on in your world. Oh my gosh, 30,000 takes it from this wood-ish, gas-ish burning stove to a real range that we see here in any kitchen in America or in your kitchen. They are doing a lot in the women who are cooking this food. It's very laborious, and their kitchen isn't making it easier on them. And when you're cooking for 50 kids 3 times a day, it's just a lot. So what would it do for them? One, it makes things efficient, right? It takes a load off a lot of people preparing the food. 2, it upgrades it into a place where you can, you might not have to go to the store every day to buy a thing because you only have so much refrigeration. You have a larger space to refrigerate, buy in bulk, and then making sure that things are fresh and efficient for a chef. Most importantly, it's being able to deliver a wider variety of foods to somebody who is looking to eat a wider, not the same thing or the same couple things every few days. Now they can explore, maybe make some different foods. So we're just excited, man. Like, the one thing that always gets cut in a budget every time is the kitchen, and it's really fun, and very proud to say the first thing we're putting money into is the kitchen, because we know that's the center of all great things. Yeah, the goal is to come home and say, we made a difference in someone's life today, and we're laying down a legacy for many Ukrainians for tomorrow. And as an American, as a proud American, I hope that this is remembered years from now when maybe we go through some issues, or you hear the term American, and what do you think of? And in Ukraine, I hope that thought is, hey, these kids growing up are saying, I remember that, and they are good, right? And it was a tough time, but with help, it was better, right? That's all you hope to make is a short-term impression and an everlasting legacy.